Really excited about tonight's victory. It was a good bounce-back win for our program. Thought the players played a lot better in general, but really a couple specific things that we really wanted to focus on in terms of making sure that we were protecting the ball a little bit more when we had possession. Defensively, we were really organized really well last night, but felt like we wanted to be organized but also be able to add a little bit of extra pressure defensively, and I thought we did that really well. So we were really pleased with the effort and the result that we got tonight from the game that we played last night, and it was just a really good bounce-back game to have 24 hours after a very difficult contest against a non-conference opponent in North Central College.
Nikki, how hard is it to play back-to-back games from a player's perspective?
Well, with our team only having maybe 3 subs and half our starters not as healthy as we should be, it's pretty tough, but we all just learn to dig deep, and that's really all we can do. We try to give our best effort, and that's all we can do. So it is tough, but it's still fun.
Did you plan that purposely, Jason, during the season when you're looking back on the scheduling and all that? Did you want those back-to-backers?
Got to be honest, when I got hired here in March, that schedule was kind of already set, and we actually tried to work it a little bit differently so we wouldn't have the back-to-back, but we weren't able to make it work, so we had to keep it the way that it was. And honestly, we kind of hit on it yesterday. It was nice for our players to actually have to go through this because it does keep them completely focused. They don't have time to take time off and let their minds kind of drift to other things. They had to be really mentally focused for the past 48 hours or 24 hours, I guess, technically. And I think our players did a really good job of that, knowing that it was a late time to get out of here last night and really focus on taking care of their bodies, get a good meal in their system, and get some rest last night because we had to come out prepared. And it being a conference game tonight, it was even that much more important, obviously, for us. So, they did a really good job preparing for this under really difficult circumstances that we want to try to avoid, I think, in the future moving forward.
How important was your start today? It seemed like you guys set the tone pretty early on.
Yeah, it was very important. We talked about, prior to the game, passing efficiency being something that we really wanted to focus on from the game that we played yesterday, and really make sure that we kept possession of the ball. And really, I thought we'd go through a couple of moments just from Nikki hit on it with having limited substitutions, things like that. I thought fatigue would set in, and we'd really kind of see ourselves after about the first 15-20 minutes kind of back off a little bit and take minor breaks mentally and physically from time to time. And thought the girls did a great job with it, setting the tone right away and making sure that we didn't take any of those breaks and that we kept pressure going forward and really took all of our chances going forward as well. I thought that was a great job by the players.
Nikki, Kat had mentioned yesterday in the post game that as a team the goal is to make the conference tournament. With a game like this today, what do you think that does going into the weekend for your confidence?
Well, a game today, it was hard just because we are injured, but it is a team that we knew we should beat, so we came out still with the mentality that we need to play our game, and no matter what the opponent does, we always need to stick to our game. So today was like a confidence booster for us, and it helped us get back into a positive mindset for this weekend and for future games. So I think it was just a good positive move for us towards our conference goal, I guess.
Is it tough on your back line to stay focused a little bit when you have possession for so long?
Really, no, it shouldn't be. I hope it's not. We actually talk to our defenders, especially our outside backs, a lot about making sure that they're staying involved in the attack. And our 2 center backs, we try to use a lot as an outlet to break pressure. So if we're getting forward and the defending team is doing a good job taking away angles and taking away areas of space for us to be able to penetrate going forward, we like to use our center backs as an outlet to kind of reset the attack and go back to them. We like to use our outside backs in the attack as much as we can. So, I don't think it was difficult for them to stay checked into the game. I thought they did a really good job with that, especially if you look at the right flank on the majority of the game. We had Lindsay Mizuraka, who was flying up and down that wing and was really doing a good job staying connected with our more attacking players. And love the kid to death. She's kind of all over the place sometimes when we've got to reel her back in every once in a while, but tremendous fitness and tremendous work rate. And she's a prime example of what we try to have our defenders doing the attack with staying involved with everything that we're doing when we have possession of the ball.
With as good of a start as you had, you took a penalty kick, though, to get on the board finally. Was that a relief when it finally was able to go through?
No, I don't think that it wasn't so much what I would call relief. I think it was nice to get the goal for sure, but we, I think, felt pretty comfortable that it was going to happen at some point. We had a majority of the possession. We were keeping really good team shape. We were staying really organized, and in terms of the attack, we were in our final third and created several really good scoring opportunities prior to that happening. So, I thought it would come at some point. It was nice that we got it from a penalty kick. We haven't had a penalty kick this season, so it's nice that we're creating those things, and that's how you know you're doing a good job in the final third, is if you can create things like good scoring opportunities or penalty kicks. You're doing your job in the final third because you're creating those deadly opportunities that we like to create in soccer. So, it was a relief, I guess, in one sense, but more than anything, it was kind of a job well done and a reward deserved for our attacking players because they had done such a good job in the final third.
Nikki, what was your plan on the PK?
I usually look a certain way and fake out the goalie, and I stared left the whole time, and then I shot right, and she had a big arm span, so it kind of made me nervous, but I stuck to my gut and just went with it.
Now, to be deceptive, we've got to get Nikki to look at one side and actually take shots there to keep the opponent guessing.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.